Hey everyone, welcome to our first lecture on chat prompting. Here you will learn how to approach creating and refining prompts that can be used in the chat interface. Let's get started. When chatting with a friend, you don't use rigid templates or formal structures. You have a natural, flowing conversation. The same principle applies to chat prompting with AI models. However, there are times when a bit of structure can help us get better results and make one prompt more effective than another. So let's cover the key ingredients of an effective prompt. The central part of every prompt is the core intent or task. This can take the form of instructions, such as write a 5-paragraph email to introduce a new productivity app to small business owners, focusing on its time-saving features. Think of instructions as the task you want the model to perform. Another form the intent can take is a question, such as, what steps should I follow to create a compelling LinkedIn profile? Or how do I structure a business plan for a startup idea? When writing a task, your goal is to be clear and specific about what you would like to achieve. Writing something like, help me with a presentation, won't be enough to get a high-quality document that you can confidently present to your boss, colleagues, or investors. As a rule of thumb, remember that anyone without specific knowledge of your subject should be able to understand your prompt and execute on it. If they would be confused about how to follow your instructions, the AI system will be confused as well. Don't assume it has any contextual information about your task, such as how the results will be used, who the intended audience is, what successful task completion looks like, or a list of points you want covered. You need to provide this context or task details yourself. For example, if you want to create a presentation, include information about the number of slides, the purpose of the presentation, the key topics to be covered. Here is an example of a well-crafted prompt. Create a 7-slide presentation on the topic of personal branding. Include what it is, why it matters, key components, and steps to develop your brand. Or another example. Explain how to write a compelling email in 5 easy steps. The instructions should cover crafting an engaging subject line, structuring the email clearly, and using a professional tone. Make the process simple enough for anyone to follow, even without prior experience in formal writing. You can provide context not just for the task itself, but also for the tone you would like to use. For instance, use a conversational tone that balances professionalism with accessibility. You can also specify rules or constraints the AI system should follow. For instance, in the email writing guide prompt that we just covered, you might add, when your prompt involves factual claims like statistics, current events, product features, legal or medical info, or anything where accuracy really matters, there are 2 extra ingredients that can significantly improve the result. The first one is a reality check, also called grounding. This is when you are telling the AI, don't just sound confident, be verifiable. So you can add a rule like, if you make factual claims, cite sources and tell me what you are unsure about. The second ingredient is recency. A lot of topics change quickly. Tools, pricing, features, policies, best practices. So it helps to tell the AI what time window to use. For example, use sources from the last 12 months unless older resources are required. Here is what it looks like when you add both to a prompt. These two additions are especially helpful when you are using AI for research or decision making, not just writing, because they push the response to be clear about what's proven, what's current, and what's uncertain. Another way to enhance your prompt is to assign a specific role when performing a task. This is also known as role prompting. Role playing helps AI models adapt the nuances of specific perspectives, improving the relevance and quality of their responses. For instance, act as a seasoned executive assistant with over 15 years of experience managing high-level business correspondence. Or pretend to be a professional writer turned email writing consultant. You can take role prompting a step further by providing audience context in addition to the role. For example, notice how the AI adapts the examples for do's and don'ts to make them relatable for technical professionals. It's pretty amazing. And if you are feeling overwhelmed by the idea of crafting such a detailed prompt, don't worry. The beauty of working in a chat interface is that you don't need to design a perfectly thought out prompt to begin the conversation. You can start with a broad question or task and refine it through dialogue with the AI model. This iterative approach allows you to clarify your needs and improve the responses you receive over time. We will talk more about the interactive prompting in our next video. And for now, let's sum up what we've talked about in this lecture.